Mesothelioma Law Firm, seeking justice for asbestos victims. Introduction. Mesothelioma is a rare and aggressive form of cancer caused primarily by exposure to asbestos, a naturally occurring fibrous mineral used extensively in construction, shipbuilding, and other industries until the late 20th century. Due to the latency period of the disease, individuals who were exposed to asbestos decades ago may only now be experiencing symptoms. Consequently, seeking legal assistance from a specialized mesothelioma law firm has become crucial for those affected and their families to pursue rightful compensation and justice. Understanding mesothelioma and asbestos exposure. Mesothelioma is a type of cancer that affects the mesothelium, a thin layer of tissue that covers many internal organs. It typically affects the lungs, but can also occur in the abdomen or heart. Asbestos exposure occurs when tiny asbestos fibers are released into the air and inhaled or ingested, leading to their accumulation in the body's tissues. Over time, these fibers cause inflammation and scarring, eventually leading to the development of mesothelioma and other asbestos-related diseases. Asbestos was widely used in various industries for its heat-resistant properties and durability. Workers in construction, shipbuilding, manufacturing, mining, and other fields were particularly vulnerable to exposure. Additionally, second-hand exposure was common, affecting family members of workers who unknowingly brought asbestos dust home on their clothes. The role of mesothelioma law firms. Mesothelioma law firms specialize in handling cases related to asbestos exposure and its associated diseases. These firms have the experience and expertise necessary to navigate the complex legal landscape surrounding asbestos litigation. Their primary goal is to help victims and their families seek justice and financial compensation from responsible parties, such as asbestos manufacturers, distributors, or employers who failed to protect their workers. Key functions of a mesothelioma law firm. Case evaluation. Mesothelioma law firms begin by conducting a thorough case evaluation, reviewing the individual's work history, medical records, and the circumstances of asbestos exposure to determine the viability of the case. Asbestos trust funds. Many asbestos manufacturers have filed for bankruptcy due to the overwhelming number of asbestos-related lawsuits. Expanding on the topic. Asbestos regulations and legal framework. Over the years, the dangers of asbestos exposure have become well established, leading to the implementation of regulations and legal frameworks aimed at protecting workers and the general public. Mesothelioma law firms stay up to date with the latest changes in asbestos-related laws, regulations, and court decisions to provide their clients with the most relevant and effective legal representation. Compensation for medical expenses and losses. Mesothelioma is a devastating disease that can quickly lead to significant medical expenses, loss of income, and emotional trauma for the affected individual and their family. Mesothelioma law firms fight for compensation to cover medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, and other economic and non-economic damages incurred due to the disease. Statute of limitations. Each jurisdiction has its own statute of limitations for filing a mesothelioma claim. These time limits can vary from state to state, making it essential for victims to seek legal counsel promptly. A mesothelioma law firm ensures that their clients meet all necessary deadlines and take timely action to preserve their rights. Class action lawsuits and multi-district litigation. In some instances, multiple victims of asbestos exposure may join together to pursue a class action lawsuit or participate in multi-district litigation, MDL, to streamline the legal process. Mesothelioma law firms have experience in handling such complex cases, where numerous plaintiffs seek justice against common defendants. Compassionate and personalized approach. Dealing with a mesothelioma diagnosis is emotionally challenging, and victims deserve empathetic and personalized legal representation. Reputable mesothelioma law firms prioritize their clients' well-being and work closely with them to understand their unique needs and goals. Spousal and family claims. In cases where the mesothelioma victim has passed away, the law firm may assist surviving family members in pursuing wrongful death claims and seeking compensation for their losses and future financial security. Legal fees and contingency agreements. One of the key advantages of working with a mesothelioma law firm is that they often operate on a contingency fee basis. This means that clients do not have to pay upfront legal fees. Instead, the law firm receives a percentage of the compensation awarded to the client only if the case is success fu. Mesothelioma law firms are familiar with Asbestos Trust Fund.